The Dyatlov Pass incident, also known as the Dyatlov Pass incident, is one of the most enigmatic and chilling mysteries in the annals of unsolved mysteries. In January 1959, a group of 9 experienced hikers set out on an expedition in the Ural Mountains, seeking adventure and the thrill of conquering the unforgiving wilderness. What followed would become a harrowing tale of death, intrigue, and unanswered questions. The group, led by Igor Dyatlov, embarked on their fateful journey with a sense of excitement and camaraderie. They were a close-knit team of 7 men and 2 women, all of whom were students or recent graduates from the Ural Polytechnical Institute. Their shared passion for hiking and the desire to explore the uncharted wilderness of the Ural Mountains bound them together. Preparation for the expedition was meticulous. The team had spent months planning the trip, carefully selecting their gear and acquiring the necessary provisions. They possessed a mix of experience, from seasoned hikers to those with a few successful treks under their belts. Their goal was to complete a challenging route through the northern Ural Mountains, which would test their mettle and endurance. Each member of the group had a specific role and responsibility. Igor Dyatlov, the experienced leader, was responsible for navigation and overall coordination. Others handled tasks such as camp setup, cooking, and equipment maintenance. This division of labor was crucial for their survival in the harsh winter conditions of the Urals. As they began their journey on January 27, 1959, the excitement among the group members was palpable. They relished the opportunity to conquer the wilderness, document their experiences, and perhaps even make new scientific discoveries. Their diary entries from the early days of the expedition reveal a sense of adventure and camaraderie, with no hint of the tragedy that would soon befall them. The Dyatlov Pass incident serves as a poignant reminder of the thin line that often separates adventure from tragedy in the unforgiving and unpredictable realm of nature. Despite their careful planning and experience, the group's journey took a harrowing turn, leaving behind a chilling mystery that continues to captivate the world's imagination. The group's expedition had proceeded as planned until they reached the slopes of Kholat Shakal, a mountain in the northern Ural Mountains, on February 1, 1959. It was here, on the slopes of Dead Mountain, as Kholat Shakal is known in the local Mansi language, that the expedition took a perplexing and tragic turn. On the night of February 1st, something inexplicable and terrifying occurred. The hikers, for reasons still unknown, abandoned their tent in the middle of the night. What makes this decision even more baffling is that they fled without dressing appropriately for the extreme cold, leaving behind their warm clothing, footwear, and essential supplies. The tent, found by search parties several days later, was torn open from the inside. This suggested that the hikers had made a frantic and desperate escape, rather than a deliberate departure. The conditions outside were treacherous, with temperatures well below freezing and a heavy snowfall that obscured their surroundings. Following their footprints in the snow, searchers eventually discovered the first 2 bodies in a nearby forest, located roughly 1.5 kilometers from the abandoned tent. These hikers were dressed only in their underwear and were barefoot. It was apparent that they had died of hypothermia, succumbing to the brutal cold. As search efforts continued, more grim discoveries were made. 3 additional bodies were found scattered between the forest and the tent, suggesting that the group had become separated in their panicked escape. These hikers also exhibited signs of hypothermia and cold-related injuries. The situation grew even more perplexing when the remaining 4 bodies were discovered months later, buried under several meters of snow in a ravine. These individuals had sustained more severe injuries, including fractured skulls and chest injuries consistent with high-impact trauma. One of them was missing her tongue and eyes, further deepening the mystery. In the aftermath of these discoveries, investigators were left with a multitude of unanswered questions. Why did the hikers abandon their tent in such haste, leaving behind vital supplies? What could have driven them to venture out into the deadly cold, ill-prepared and partially clothed? And what caused the injuries that led to the deaths of some of the group members? The Dyatlov Pass incident, with its eerie and unsettling details, remains a chilling enigma, inviting speculation and theories, but offering no definitive explanations. The events of that fateful night on Dead Mountain continue to haunt the imagination and serve as a haunting reminder of the unyielding power of nature and the enduring mysteries that it can conceal. The discovery of the abandoned tent and the subsequent search for the missing hikers triggered a complex and perplexing investigation into the Dyatlov Pass incident. Here, we delve deeper into the investigation process, the challenges faced by search teams, and the initial findings that only deepen the mystery. 1. The abandoned tent. The search for the missing hikers began when they failed to return as scheduled. On February 26, 1959, a rescue team found the group's tent on the slopes of Kolat-Syakhl. The tent had been torn open from the inside, leaving investigators puzzled. Inside the tent were personal belongings, warm clothing, and equipment, all of which the hikers would have needed to survive the harsh conditions. 2. The initial discoveries. Following the trail of footprints leading from the tent, searchers came upon the first two bodies in a nearby forest. These victims, Georgy Krivonyshenko and Yuri Doroshenko, were dressed in only their underwear. The absence of proper clothing suggested a desperate and inexplicable flight from the tent in sub-zero temperatures. Both had succumbed to hypothermia. 3. The search for answers. The search teams continued to scour the area, eventually finding 3 more bodies between the forest and the tent. The locations of these bodies indicated that the group had become disoriented and separated in the darkness and snowstorm. Autopsy reports would later confirm hypothermia as the cause of death for these 3 hikers as well. 4. Mysterious injuries. The investigation took an even darker turn when the remaining 4 bodies were discovered 2 months later, deep in a ravine. These individuals had suffered more severe injuries, including fractured skulls and chest injuries consistent with high-impact trauma. One of the victims, Ludmila Dubinina, was missing her tongue and eyes, adding a gruesome element to the already perplexing case. 5. Radiation anomalies. Another eerie detail emerged during the investigation. Some of the hikers' clothing displayed high levels of radiation. This discovery fueled speculation and conspiracy theories, although no conclusive link was ever established between the radiation and the deaths. 6. Closure and theories. The official investigation, led by the Soviet authorities, concluded that an unknown compelling force had caused the hikers' deaths. This vague explanation only fueled further speculation. Numerous theories emerged, ranging from natural explanations like avalanches to more exotic theories involving military cover-ups or extraterrestrial encounters. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most puzzling mysteries in the annals of unsolved cases. The initial findings, marked by the inexplicable flight from the tent and the contrasting injuries among the victims, served only to deepen the intrigue. While time has passed and various investigations have been conducted, definitive answers continue to elude investigators, leaving the true cause of the tragedy veiled in uncertainty and speculation. The enigma of the Dyatlov Pass incident only grows more perplexing as one delves deeper into the bizarre circumstances and inexplicable findings associated with the case. In this section, we explore the various aspects that make the incident an enduring mystery. 1. Inadequate clothing. One of the most confounding aspects of the Dyatlov Pass incident is the group's decision to abandon their tent in the middle of the night, inadequately dressed for the harsh winter conditions. The hikers left behind warm clothing, heavy boots, and essential survival gear. Why would experienced trekkers, who understood the dangers of the wilderness, venture into the freezing cold nearly naked? 2. Torn tent. The tent, which the hikers left behind, was found to be torn open from the inside. This indicates a hasty and frantic escape rather than a calculated departure. The question that haunts investigators is, what could have terrified them to the extent that they were willing to rip their way out of their shelter? 3. Diverse causes of death. The autopsies of the deceased hikers revealed a disturbing contrast in their causes of death. While some succumbed to hypothermia, which is understandable given the sub-zero temperatures, others displayed traumatic injuries more akin to a violent encounter. These injuries included fractured skulls and chest injuries, consistent with high-impact force. The coexistence of hypothermia and severe injuries among the group members remains a mystery. 4. Missing tongue and eyes. Perhaps the most macabre discovery was the state of Ludmila Dubinina's body. Not only did she have severe chest fractures, but her tongue and eyes were missing. This grim detail has given rise to various chilling theories, but none can fully explain the circumstances surrounding her injuries. 5. Radiation anomalies. The presence of radiation on some of the hikers' clothing added a surreal element to the mystery. However, it's important to note that the radiation levels were not excessively high and didn't correspond to fatal doses. The source of this radiation remains unclear and has led to speculations ranging from secret weapons testing to natural explanations. 6. Absence of a clear motive. One of the most perplexing aspects is the absence of any apparent motive for the group's strange behavior. There were no signs of a confrontation with other humans, and the hikers' diaries and documents provided no clues to suggest discord or fear prior to the incident. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains a haunting riddle, one that has defied conclusive explanation for decades. While various theories have been proposed, from avalanches to military interference and even encounters with otherworldly beings, none of them provide a satisfying solution. The case continues to captivate the imaginations of amateur sleuths, conspiracy theorists, and researchers alike, serving as a chilling reminder of the myriad unknowns that can lurk in the vast wilderness. The Dyatlov Pass incident has become a magnet for conspiracy theories and speculation, with enthusiasts and investigators alike proposing a wide array of hypotheses to explain the mysterious events of that fateful night. Here we delve into some of the most intriguing and far-reaching theories. 1. Avalanche. One of the earliest and most widely debated theories suggests that an avalanche was responsible for the hikers' panicked escape from their tent. Proponents argue that the sound of an approaching avalanche could have triggered their flight. However, skeptics point out that the slope on which the tent was pitched was not conducive to avalanches, and there was no evidence of an avalanche having occurred. 2. Infrasound. Some have proposed that infrasound, which is low-frequency sound below the range of human hearing, could have induced panic and irrational behavior among the hikers. This theory posits that wind patterns and the mountain's topography might have created infrasound that affected the group's mental state. However, concrete scientific evidence supporting this theory is lacking. 3. Military involvement. Given the tense Cold War era during which the incident occurred, some have suggested that the Soviet military might have played a role. Theories range from accidental military exercises gone awry to a cover-up of a military accident. Despite these intriguing possibilities, no concrete evidence linking the military to the incident has surfaced. 4. Yeti or Mansi tribe. Involvement. More exotic theories propose that encounters with cryptids like the Yeti or confrontations with the local Mansi tribe, who are indigenous to the region, led to the group's flight from the tent. These theories, while intriguing, lack substantive evidence and are often regarded as speculative fiction. 5. Extraterrestrial encounters. Some individuals have entertained the notion that the hikers encountered extraterrestrial beings, or unidentified flying objects, UFOs, during their expedition. Reports of strange lights in the sky and unexplained phenomena in the vicinity have fueled this theory. However, concrete proof of extraterrestrial involvement remains elusive. 6. Paradoxical undressing. A psychological theory known as paradoxical undressing has been put forth to explain why the hikers abandoned their warm clothing. This theory posits that severe hypothermia can lead to a sensation of overheating, causing individuals to disrobe in a misguided attempt to cool down. However, this theory does not account for the hikers' flight from the tent. 7. Dyatlov's diary. Some have suggested that information contained in Igor Dyatlov's diary, which was recovered from the abandoned tent, might hold clues to the incident's cause. Unfortunately, the diary only documented the group's journey up to January 23, 1959, several days before the incident, and did not contain any alarming or unusual entries. Despite these intriguing theories and speculations, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains an unsolved mystery, with no single explanation offering a comprehensive and conclusive account of the events that unfolded on that chilling night in the Ural Mountains. The enduring allure of the case lies in its capacity to ignite the human imagination and inspire endless quests for answers, even as the truth remains elusive. To this day, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains unsolved, shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Theories abound, but definitive answers continue to elude investigators. The tragedy of 9 young adventurers who met their untimely and gruesome end in the remote Ural Mountains endures as a chilling reminder of the unknown perils that can lurk in the wilderness. As time passes, the incident at Dyatlov Pass retains its place as a haunting mystery, compelling both amateur sleuths and seasoned researchers to unravel its enigma. Whether it was the result of human error, natural forces, or something more sinister, the truth behind the Dyatlov Pass incident may forever remain hidden in the unforgiving wilderness of the Ural Mountains.